Mukherjee joining us on this. Well, Amit, good morning. Israel's army, if we talk about Israel's army chief, says the military is preparing for a possible ground incursion into Lebanon. On the other hand, France and the US are working for a 21-day ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. Where do you see this going?
Well, Pakshi, the situation right now is very, very alarming. And the words which actually echoed at the United Nations Security Council were ceasefire, diplomacy, de-escalation, and peace. You know, while all the countries, all the nations which are participating in the 79th UN meet and are currently in the US right now in New York, they have been asking for de-escalation except for two countries, that's Iran and Israel. Israel, of course, is very, very determined right now. They want to they want to dismantle every machinery of the Hezbollah that is being utilized from the Lebanese territory to kind of launch attack every now and then on the Israeli civilians on the Israeli territory, which is why Israel has made it amply clear that they're going to go all out. The time for half-baked measures are over. They're going to penetrate deep into the Lebanese territory where Hezbollah has set up all their camps and all. They want to dismantle it once and forever so that the people who have been displaced in Israel, in the northern part of Israel, because of the ongoing attack by Hezbollah, they are able to, those residents can move back into their territories, and there is a long-term peace out there. They said earlier Israel has been focusing on just kind of, defending itself at the borders, the northern border of Israel, but now they have penetrated deep into the Lebanese territory. They are conducting regular air raids and kind of attacking all possible sites which the Mossad has identified using its intelligence in the Lebanese territory, which actually belong to the Hezbollah. Yeah.
Also, if you talk about Iran, it says it would not remain indifferent in a full-scale war in Lebanon and will stand with it. What about the statement?
Well, like I said, two countries, one is Israel and the other is Iran. Although Iran is not directly involved at this point in time, but it's a known fact that it has been backing Hezbollah at every stage. Ever since this Hamas and Israel war broke out, the conflict broke out on the 7th of October, Hezbollah has been constantly firing rockets and volleys of rockets into northern Israeli territories. So it was kind of doubling up on one end, along with Hamas as far as attack on Israel is concerned. And Iran now, it has a couple of days back, the Iranian president Pezeshkian, he had very clearly said that the world is watching, and if Israel is not stopped at this point in time collectively, it will turn the Lebanon territories will turn into another Gaza. Also, Iran made it very, very clear that if Israel goes on attacking territories in Lebanon, then it will not be a mute spectator. I mean, it will not be indifferent to the attacks of Israel, and they're going to go all out. So it is very, very clear that Iran so far, which has not been directly involved, might, in days to come, might be a part of active participant in the whole issue. Now, the only thing is that while everybody is talking about peace, one has to identify what is the voice that Hezbollah is going to listen to. As far as Israel is concerned, it is in constant touch with all the Western powers, and it is still open to a ceasefire deal, provided the constant assault on its territory by Hezbollah stops at this point in time.
Right. Amit, if we talk about now our most important thing, what about Gaza? As it's being said that there is currently no political will on either side, is Hamas or Israel, to end the conflict.
Well, Lipakshi, at this point in time, since the entire focus has shifted to Lebanon, in the wake of these airstrikes which Israel is conducting on the Lebanese territories, specifically on the Hezbollah targets, the focus has kind of shifted from Gaza. But having said that, I would like to go on record that Israel is continuously conducting its operations. As far as the Gaza territories are concerned. In the northern part of Gaza also, Israel has got some plans, military plans, and they are kind of going ahead with those plans. And even as far as Lebanon is concerned, Israel at this point in time, which is only conducting air raids and strikes using aerial sort of weapons, are preparing to get into the Lebanese territory. In fact, it has requisitioned 2 more brigades to kind of execute the kind of assault they are planning by going into the Lebanese territory. Lipakshi?
Right, Amit. Also, if you talk about the UN chief, he has warned all sides to step back from the brink on Lebanon and said all-out war must be avoided at all cost. Do you see any of this working?
Well, Anthony Guterres has been constantly saying that this would lead to a humanitarian catastrophe if de-escalation doesn't happen at this point in time. Otherwise, if all the sides do not act with immediate effect, a kind of a catastrophe, humanitarian catastrophe similar to Gaza is inevitable. However, France has been kind of harping on a 21-day ceasefire at this point in time. We'll have to see how that works out. Again, I would like to ascertain the fact that one has to figure out what is the voice that Hezbollah authorities, Hezbollah chief or the commanders would listen to, because unless and until they are brought to the table, they stop the firing of those rockets. In fact, 9,000 rockets they have fired into Israeli territories. Hezbollah, since the whole Hamas and Israel conflict had started since October 7th, they have fired about 9,000 rockets into the Israeli territory. So one has to figure out, despite the UN call for a peace, for ceasefire, it doesn't really seem a reality in the near future. So one really has to figure out how to bring these two sides, and Iran would definitely play a major role in the de-escalation if at all that happens.
All right, the framework behind the possible ceasefire deal is very important. Right, Amit, thank you so much for all those details from there.